Hello there, this is Rom coming back to you with yet another car video. I haven't gave y'all a car video in a while. The reason why a man can be handsome and still not get sex. And two things prompted this. This is actually two videos in one. I was going to do something like this last week, but, family, y'all. Family. But anyway, right? One of the things I've been getting a lot of dudes who call themselves handsome hitting me up lately. And I've been getting more comments on my handsome man videos I did over a year ago. So I'm like, damn, what's up? And they saying, yeah, I'm handsome. Or one dude even say, I'm too good looking, but I ain't getting the sex and all of that. And, I've said constantly women look at more than just the face. But then as if to punctuate that point, and I do mean punctuate, somebody had sent me this post on IG where this dude, actually he tells men, I forgot his name, Hunted something, where he actually tells men how to give a woman a vaginal orgasm. He actually tells men how to do it, right? But he had asked the women a question. He said, how do y'all know if a man has a good eggplant? He asked them that. And there were over 700 responses to it. Most of them were women. There were some guys who responded, a couple saying, yeah, this is what I got. A couple was like, oh, this is all y'all care about. It was like, come on now. And, it was interesting with it because it really punctuated, confirmed what I've been saying. Women look at more than the face for sex. In fact, the interesting thing, just looking through the comments, they'll look at parts of a face. Like some I found interesting. Women will look at a man's nose and think he has a big dick. Because the question was how he got a good one. So for some women it's big. For some women it's how well he uses it. Because some women actually say some dudes who got a big one don't know how to use it. So that's two things. That's both the anatomy itself and the confidence. I'm going to get into both of it. But it was interesting. None of them said, oh, he got to look handsome. Not a single one. The most they would talk about is like some parts. Now, there was one woman who said jawline. One. Trust me, I was looking through the comments and see what they said. A lot of them said nose because, and this is one of those things. That's why I say women looking at stuff differently. Because that's something new to me. I ain't never heard a woman say, oh, they look at a man's nose and tell how big his dick is. Now, I've heard them talk about hands and feet and a dude being bow-legged. Yeah, plenty of them said that, or how he walked and stuff. And, of course, some women said lips. And, that's obvious because women want to kiss the motherfucker. And I've said it before. You get some women, they'll suck a man's dick before tongue kissing. That's how deep kissing is. Kissing is very intimate to women. Kissing is very intimate. If some of y'all fellas, if all you got from a woman was a makeout session, that ain't that bad a thing. Shit. That ain't that bad a thing. In fact, there's some argument whether or not like deep tongue kissing and shit should be counted sexual contact. I've seen arguments both ways. Whatever the case, this is what I'm saying. That's very intimate for a woman. You get a woman to suck your dick before kissing. So kissing it. So they looking at a guy's lips. The nose thing, that was new to me. I was like, damn. But then that's why I always say I'm always looking to learn something. And like I said, no matter how much I know, women be in a different conversation. Now I knew about the hands and feet and stuff. They be looking at shoe size. Shit, that's one woman, y'all know I said a woman to suck a dick off a man's shoes. A woman actually told me, too, because she heard that. She said, no, we just looking at the shoe size. Yeah, size 12 shoes, ladies. For any of the young ladies watching this, size 12 shoes. You think about hands. I wear extra large gloves. Halfway, I ain't going to lie. Sometimes I might need XXL gloves. So I got big hands. See, I know I got big head. Look at my face. Look at these hands covered that big head. I got big head. I'm proud of that shit. In fact, even though I always say Joe Rockhead, because I know somebody called themselves Joe Rockhead, that was some people called me. Some affectionately, some not when I was young. You know? And then look at these hands. Cover that damn face. For the ladies. Also, I knew since like the 80s and stuff, since I was young, women love a dude who's bow-legged. And ladies, slightly bow-legged. In fact, I keep forgetting sometime and shit. Because you remember that movie I told y'all coming out? No more. I mean, Mr. Nice Guy Turns Up. Yeah, that's coming out on Friday. I was watching myself in the movie. I said, damn. I see what the ladies see. Damn. Oh, man. And the reason why women like that, because they feel like you got something down there. Seriously, a whole lot of women, they were talking about how a man walks. Or how a man walks. And that's seriously, women be looking at all that. But, you know, a lot of guys don't get that because they listening to the guys, a lot of guys who are quite frankly clueless. And you got guys thinking, well, my face ain't this and face ain't that. But they applying what a man would look at to what a woman thinking. A woman more concerned about shit, whether you can satisfy her in bed. Or let me get gully with it. Whether you can fuck her. Yeah, and yeah, size matters, y'all. And not automatically a big size, but something that fits her. And then what you do with it. So they always looking at your anatomy and shit. They always looking at that. That's why you get some dudes who might be medium ugly or they don't look as good, and you get some dudes who are clueless say, "Hell, look that good. Why do women want him?" Other than that nose and his lips on him, you know, other than his nose and lips. You know, they might look at him and say he's handsome, but they looking at everything else. They looking below his belt. Shit. In fact, as much as I promote body game, there were some women who said the reason they will fuck there's a lot of women like a slim dude or even a skinny dude because they feel like a slim dude, skinny dude packing. That's why I tell some dudes who are on the slim side, you know, just build up as best as possible. But another thing is, shoot, they feel like the motherfucker packing. And shoot, that's how women be looking at a man for sex. I've said that before. They be looking at him for sex. You know? That's why there's a lot of guys who might be considered handsome. In fact, I knew this one guy. And women said he was handsome, but he was a virgin. But he didn't give off that vibe like he could know what to do in bed. You know? Because, yeah, they want that anatomy and shit. And they want to feel like the dude know what he doing. Because that's the second part of it. No matter, regardless of what it is, you know, whether he packing, what he working with, they want to know if he got big dick energy. Is he confident in shit? You know? And I said in my book, Nice Guys and Players, that's the least important thing. The face. Yeah, I know some people be getting mad and shit. What the women saying? Yeah, the women will say publicly, oh yeah, looking at the face or something. But then sucking a dick or something like jacked up looking dude who working with a 10. Shit, I had a buddy and stuff coming up. In fact, I mentioned them in my book, Nice Guys and Players, because he had serious game. Now, that dude was 5'8", always chubby. But I talked to several of his girlfriends. They kept saying the same. They kept putting out the same number, 10. I mean, seriously. Women be thinking about their sex. They want some good shit. I've known a couple women, you know, they say they got a decent dude, but he wasn't working with anything. Hey, it is what it is. Shoot, you know, we be looking at their breastises and their big old round butt. Women the same way. But like I said, you can have the anatomy and still got to know what to do with it. And then you got to have that confidence in everything. A lot of dudes don't have that confidence. Like, I give you an example of a dude who probably has some confidence getting all these fine women. Pete Davidson. Everybody calling him ugly and everything, but, you know, reportedly, He got the Dexter thing going. And plus, he confident as shit. Women want to know some motherfuckers gonna come in there and tear that shit up. You know? So they looking at all that. Even when they looking at the walk, even if the dude ain't necessarily bow-legged, is he walking confident? Is he looking like he know what to do? And shit, that shit get past all that shit. Because remember, what I always tell you that story. I'm working on a job. I'm coming there dressed like a nerd. And, you know, this woman, who, in her own words, was a gold digger. But she told two different people, shit. She said, you know, I know Ron look like a nerd, but I bet you he can fuck. I've had a few women tell me that shit. Not necessarily the nerd part, but they would be like, you know, I know you be good in bed. Hey, you know what's funny about that? I gotta stop at the store real quick, but I'll tell y'all this real quick. Every damn day you get a detractor trying to check out my say, oh, you look like all that. And I be thinking, damn, I guess I don't get their vaginas wet. That's why that's another reason why I say, as a man, if you're a heterosexual man, you can't look at what the woman looking at. You might be looking at the man's face, his height, and shit. And she like, oh, he got a face? She looking down because he wearing gray sweatpants. I mean, shit. And then we get into the second part of that in a second, though. Y'all hold on a bit. What's up, y'all? Back. You know what? It's funny when I talk about something, I see an example that can be used. Now, in this case, they had to run in the store to get something, which they didn't have, so I got something else. But I saw this woman in there. Good God, she had a killer-ass body. Her face was so-so, though. But her body, good Lord. I was like, damn, she had those tight-ass jeans on, nice body, shapely. It's like, good Lord. And, you know, most heterosexual men with a decent sex drive would do something with her. It'd only be a sexually repressed motherfucker who wouldn't want to do anything. Oh, she don't look that good. Yeah, okay. But, shit. A normal dude, whose dick work, he'd tear her up. And women, they the exact same way. Women don't need you to be looking like a fashion model of the world to get some. In fact, I said that before on a video. You get all these guys, they got all these videos talking about these PSL guys. And I be checking out the comments and it be all guys like saying something. Now, it's extremely rare I see a woman comment, or who I think is a woman comment. Because women, I'm telling you, when they thinking about sex, they looking at the whole package. Hell, if you got a handsome face, that's just, please, that's like icing on the cake and for them. But when they want something, they want to scream and shit. They more worried about looking at the other stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of guys out there who probably got that bone structure. And the women will tell them, like women outside their mother and sisters will tell them they handsome. And still had trouble. Because you don't got that other shit. You don't look like you got that anatomy they might want, or the size, you know, or giving off the impression, you know what you're doing in bed. You don't got that big dick energy, that charisma and everything. Women go crazy over this. If a man is confident, sexually confident, he gonna behave around women a certain way. He's gonna interact a certain way, you know. And hold up, before I even get deep into that, let me go back to like the walk and all of that. Women turned on by action. Like they can get turned on by a man just dancing, being able to dance and stuff, because it's action. They ain't generally turned on by just a passive thing, you know. Even when they looking at a man's face, it's about his facial expressions and what kind of personality does it give off. Does he give off a facial expressions where he look like he's gonna be dominant on that plane, or intense? If he got some intensity to him and shit, you know. See, a lot of guys don't understand that. And then you get some guys who are clueless asking other clueless guys what's up. And it's like, no. You know, if you, definitely fix your shit up, but then you gotta give off some action or something, you know. Now, I thought about that bow-legged part. I said, you know, you might get some, one of those black pill content creators and shit say, well, send me your picture. Let me see if you bow-legged. And then what was a voice this and shit? Well, send me some dick pics. Oh man, y'all see how stupid that shit is. That's why I said in a video last week, last couple of weeks recently, and I say this constantly. A man can't look at another man and see what a woman see, because they looking at shit you ain't even thinking about. Yeah, they looking at your hands. Shit, some women talking about they looking at the distance between like the tip of your thumb and like your index finger. I mean, seriously, they looking at all that shit. They looking at all that shit. Shit, some women be looking at how long your tongue is. Shit, they trying to get an idea. Like I said, the nose thing, that was a new one for me. That was a new one. There's probably still some shit women ain't saying. But that's my point. That's why, like, sometimes you get some women, I've known plenty of women, they'll look at some guy and other guys be looking at the guy and be like, aye. And the women like, oh, he gorgeous, he's something. Because first of all, when a woman looking at a man, she's also looking at him sexually, always. And I keep telling y'all that. So they looking at all that shit. That's why I emphasize body game. And not necessarily just being muscular, though that helps, but just being in your best shape and then seeing which women are turned on by it. But then, like I said, the anatomy part is just it. Let me get more into that big dick energy. All that is just your confidence. Are you sexually confident? You know? Y'all check in my description box. I got plenty of on-demand videos that'll help y'all with that. Because seriously, because some dudes be wondering why, but look, if a woman want a man inside of them, yeah, the biology is one thing, but they want to know you can do the job. They don't want a minute man or somebody don't know what he doing. And then you might get some older women, they might take some young dude and try to show him some shit, but he better be a fast learner, because they'll lose their patience with that. And that's an older woman, but you talking like some of these regular women out here, even some of these young women, I'm going to tell you what. Because, look, let me just hit y'all with some real game. That's why some young girls, they'll mess with an older man. And some guys think it's money. Of course, the guys who think it's money probably don't have money. A lot of dudes talking out here don't have any experience. But they'll feel like the older guy know what he's doing in the bedroom. They'll feel like as long as he in decent shape, though. He do gotta be in decent shape. He gotta be that silver fox. But if he carrying it and he's still carrying that big dick energy, that confidence, they'll still mess with him. Shit. They feel like he know what he doing, know how to hold him and all that shit. Because that's why a lot of women, seriously, if you talk about that whole select, non-select thing, that's a sexual hierarchy. I've been saying that. If a woman see you as select, you gotta have at least a minimal amount of sex appeal. Like, you can have all that other shit, like look, status, all that shit. You can have all that. In fact, you need it just to be a masked man. You gotta at least look like you got this shit, but it still comes down to what you do in the bedroom. And a lot of guys, because the women out here complaining and shit. Women out here complaining. And they got like, that's actually becoming a cottage industry and stuff. Opening up a woman sexually, just from women teaching them what to do and some men who actually do it. Oh man, there's so much out there. But it comes down to that confidence, feeling good about yourself, knowing you can handle it in bed, comfortable with your anatomy and shit, you know? Because that confidence, shit, that'll make up, hey, if you ain't like swinging it like a porn star or something, shit, if you got that confidence, that'll make up for a whole lot. You know what you're doing. Especially hitting women's spots. Because, like I said, even with that size thing, if you know what you're doing, you get that G spot to drop. Hit that A spot. Shit. They be screaming like crazy, but it's all in the confidence. No matter what you're working with. And, you know, a lot of guys out here ain't confident. And I know some guys say, well, I ain't had sex. Well, you got to work hard enough. You got to work to the point where you can at least get a woman. And then that's how you can develop the skill. You know? That's how you develop the skill. Now, I'm gonna be real. I know some people. I always get every now and then somebody who got a problem with me talking about sex, but that killing out. They killed that killer who killed those people out in Idaho. I wouldn't be shocked if it was something sexual about it. He was on some incel shit. I wouldn't be shocked at all. You got guys out here ready to just like start wars and everything, kill people and shit, because quite frankly, they ain't getting no goddamn pussy. You know? And then, other than them, you got a whole bunch of men in particular who just lonely. They ain't turning the woman on sexually. You know? The women don't want to deal with them. And that's fucking with some heads and shit. And really, some women getting fucked with. Because they ain't getting it. Trust me. Women ain't getting that deep. Trust me. Women be all like, trust me. You have two rooms. One with a bunch of women not getting none. And then another one with like two groups. One, a bunch of women not getting any. And then a bunch of women with a regular sex life. I guarantee the ones with a regular sex life are going to be smiling more. And generally happier. Because women need that shit. That's why women cheat. That's why they can marry somebody and cheat. Like, if anybody really look at all this stuff, just look at it. The big deal is women want some. And you be listening to some dudes saying, oh, well, we ain't going to get women this, we ain't going to get women that. Then wonder why they had that situation. That my bad situation. Or wonder why a woman ain't messing with them. You ain't getting a hot motherfucker. It's just that simple. Because that's the best way. Because, you know, you got some guys out here saying, oh, you gotta look like Chad. Well, 99.9% of the male population don't look like Chad. Yet you got some guys walking around. Because they doing something for the women's section. That's the main thing, shit. That's the biggest thing. And then you got that skill. Shit, you give off that vibe like you can do some work. Please. It's just that simple. And, you know, dudes just got to be realistic about it. Like, that's the biggest lie thinking, oh, just being handsome. I wish it was that damn simple. No, women looking at that whole thing and shit. They want to know what you going to do in the bedroom. So they looking at how you moving. They looking at what you might be working with. They looking for a print. Then they looking at your attitude, how you carrying yourself. It's just that simple. Like, the other dudes going some shit and, like, you got blind leading the blind out here. And I'll just say this. I'll put it out there. I'm getting feedback from a lot of dudes who actually listened to what I was saying, did what I'm doing, even know some person. They getting theirs. They getting theirs. I'm like, okay. You know? And, you know, don't get mad at the women shit. The women fall, shit. You get your sex appeal up and shit. Get your body right, your confidence, sexual confidence up. Shit. You always have a shot at a woman. Always. You know, whatever you want to do. If you want to be player, or you want monogamy. Regardless. Because that's the only thing to keep a relationship together, really. Or you want to be like a lot of women, especially in this county I live in. There's a whole lot of women. They married and stuff, but they it's crazy how many women, I lost count, would say, oh, yeah, they married, got a husband, but he's like a roommate. I'm like, you know, as a man, do you want to live like that? Or the woman that having sex with you? And you think, well, I'm doing all this for her. You ain't turning her on sexually. If you turning a woman on sexually, you got that shit. Shoot. She going to be bothering you. You going to be the one talking about, hey, baby, all right, give me 3 hours just to watch the game. All right, let me chill, okay? Seriously, you be the one. She be all on you. Shoot, while you watching the game, she might, like, pull her hair back and shit and, like, give you that blowjob. I still remember this woman called me up one time, young girl and stuff. This was 20 years ago, so we about the same age. But I call a woman in her 50s, young lady, so. But she called me and said, hey, Ron, what you doing? I said, I'm reading a comic book. I said, I bet you can't read that comic book while I'm sucking your dick. All right, let's find out. She's right. She won. Yeah, she won. Anyway, I was proud to take that loss, though. You know what? I couldn't read that comic book. I was proud as shit to take that loss. Oh, man. I took that with dignity. I had my head up, smiling, and took that loss. She proved it. Yeah, she right. I couldn't have. But nah, that's how you want it to be. But see, a lot of guys getting too caught up in other stuff, man. First of all, work on your body. Work on your body. And then when you actually meet a woman, you deal with her, man. Think in terms of just giving her some pleasure. Because, see, that's something else, too. Because you get some guys feel like they don't have to pleasure the woman. The woman just got to pleasure them. Man, you give that woman that pleasure. That's like putting $100 into an investment account, getting $1,000 back in a month. Because when you give that woman that pleasure, she automatically wants to double. She gives you more. She will make sure she will get up and make that French toast. Shout out C Boogie. You know, guys want a woman to be submissive. Shoot, she'll be ultra submissive. She'll be like, yes, daddy. Yes, sir. Seriously. Oh, man. You know, and it's the easiest thing. Fair exchange is no robbery. In fact, you get more out of the deal. You give her a little bit, she gives you a lot. But, you know, I'm going to say this, though. My crew gets it. And I still throw this out there I ain't trying to convince anybody. I'm just letting you know. Letting you know. Some dudes, they still going to say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, stay home. Don't have any women text you. Don't have any women text you. Okay? Don't have zero shot. Don't have any women even say hi to you walking down the street. Just don't get mad about it. Okay? You had a choice. I told you what to do. So, anyway. That's all I got for now, y'all. I know y'all like Carron because he be raw. That's because I be driving, man. You gotta be ultra alert. I'm kind of chill when I'm on the couch. Y'all might get a couch video tomorrow, though, because I'll go to my gym I can walk to tomorrow. Just leg day. I don't know. I'll see. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.